We can sequence the human genome and map the edge of the observable universe. Yet despite this total scientific command over our reality, our daily routines often feel hollow and completely disconnected. The 20th century philosopher Martin Heidegger argued this happens because we fall into an invisible, default mode of existence, keeps us in a state of Alltäglichkeit, or everydayness. It reduces our human interactions to idle chatter and superficial curiosity. Under its rules, we treat the world as a mere collection of pre-packaged things to be consumed and discarded. By conforming to the baseline expectations of the they, we drift through life blind to our own reality. We let the crowd live our lives for us. This emptiness traces back to a collective assumption. We use the word being, what it means to be, every single day. We assume it is so generic and self-evident that it requires no further thought. Because we think we already know exactly what existence is, we never actually pause to ask the question. Heidegger diagnosed this condition. He argued that modern humanity is suffering from a collective forgetfulness of being. Failing to question the very nature of our existence guarantees that our time spent within it will feel empty. To understand how we forgot what it means to exist, we have to look back to the scientific revolution and the philosopher René Descartes. Descartes defined reality as res extensa, objects taking up space to be strictly measured and optimized. This ontic perspective founds modern science, measuring the physics of stars or the biology of cells. But it ignores the ontological question: why do these objects exist at all? Eventually, this logic turns inward. When we define reality only by what can be calculated, we view our time and labor as variables in an efficiency equation. We become human resources, material to be optimized like coal or timber. Reducing the world to measurable objects creates a scientific blind spot. It obscures the true, lived nature of our reality. Long before this mechanical worldview took hold, ancient Greek thinkers like Plato and Parmenides interacted with reality in a different way. The Greeks understood truth through the concept of aletheia, a word describing the active, ongoing process of reality unconcealing itself from the darkness. They experienced the raw awe of existence, long before that awe hardened into dogmatic, unquestioned scientific assumptions. Recovering this ancient, awe-driven perspective is the necessary antidote to the numbness of modern certainty. We cannot rely on science to hand us our meaning. Science measures things, and a human being is not a mere thing. Heidegger defined us with a specific term, Dasein. It means being there. We are the unique entity that actually cares about its own existence and possesses the capacity to question its place in the world. To break out of the hollow daily grind, we must actively confront the finite nature of our timeline. Heidegger called this being towards death. Acknowledging our mortality forces us to look at our lives with urgency. The lens through which we see the world changes. We stop categorizing what the things around us are, and we start marveling that they are. By reviving the radical question of being, we reclaim our awareness from the they. We step out of the mechanical routine and transform our empty routines into an existence defined by conscious presence.